Hello everyone, I'm Tuco and welcome back to another episode of the Structure Showcase series. Today we will be taking a look at the Mordor faction and all of its evilness. So the first structure that they have here is the Sauron Tower. Now this tower is, as you can see, it's a very big tower, and let's just start at the bottom here. And before I do go in it, I mean, that is a pretty awesome banner. Look at that Sauron eye, that is amazing. I mean, there's not a whole lot of detail to it, but I love the colors. Obviously because they make up my Tuco Regel banner, if you will, with the yellow. You got some red and the black. Yeah, it looks great. Anyway, inside here you'll find a central staircase going all the way to the top, and you also find these orc torches dotted around. Now there really isn't too much on this lower level, and the higher levels really don't have much either. They're pretty bare. Not a whole lot of loot to be had, but usually when you find these out in Mordor, they are storming with orcs. So if you're good aligned, you better be careful in this tower. However, there are some orc drop barrels here and some orc bombs, which are very nice to take, and obviously you can light those, and they act just the same as TNT, which is very nice, since you cannot get gunpowder in the Lord of the Rings, I guess, plane of existence, I suppose. Anyway, here at the top, you'll find, of course, the Orc Commander, who you can hire troops from, which is always wonderful. Now up here, I really like the design up here for like these things. I mean, this is a little flat, but I mean, these are pretty cool here. With the Sauron eye banner. I mean, it looks quite nice. The tower itself is, as I said, very massive. Not a whole lot of loot to be had. However, it's a great place for an evil player to set up like their first, I guess, starter home, if you will, because there are a lot of levels here. There are 5 of them, and they're all very useful in a way. Anyway, the next structure you guys have seen time and time again with the Gundabad faction and the Isengard faction, the Orc Tent. So I'm not going to go into too much detail with these two, Orc Forge and the Orc Tent. However, it is in the standard black for Mordor and with the Mordor brick for the Forge. And then also another revisiting build is the the Warg Pit. And down here in the Warg Pit, you'll obviously find some Mordor wargs, which you need plus 50 alignment to form this action, and a chest with some alright items. Anyway, the next structure is the Orc Camp. Now there are a few things different about this one, in that the fact you do have in this one a Mordor crafting bench, which I do believe that this is the only way you can find a Mordor crafting bench. There might be others, I don't know. Well, actually, I should know. No, but I do believe that this is the only place that they can spawn. They might be able to spawn in the tower, and we just didn't get lucky. I don't know. But I think this is the most surest way to find them. Let's put it that way. This is the easiest way, best way to find a Mordor crafting bench. Anyway, you also have here the Orc Trader, who will trade you a lot of different things. Actually, I do not know if they will trade you soldiers, if it's just an Orc Trader. Will you trade me soldiers? I'm going to have to look that up and see. But anyway, also something different about this one is you have the Morgul shrooms instead of the wheat. Now, Morgul shrooms can be eaten, but only if you have alignment with Mordor. If you do not, it's going to be poisonous, like deadly poison. But they do restore 2 hunger points, which is quite nice. And the next structure to take a look at is the wheat farm, the Mordor wheat farm. Now these guys, they are slaves. They are slaves to Mordor, human slaves. And of course you have kind of semi-scarecrows. I mean, these won't work in defending against birds. Well, of course there aren't any birds in Mordor, so there's not too much to worry about. But it is a nice little structure to find. You will find it in the wheat fields to the south. That's where those spawn. And then also you will have dotted around. The Slave Trader. Now, the Slave Trader is a pretty nice tower, the Slave Trader Tower. I do quite like these torches, though. I mean, just look at them. They look amazing. I love using those torches. They're awesome. Anyway, you can come up here with these ladder. Open the trapdoor here. And you do have some orcs here. Not too much loot. Actually, I don't think there's any loot up here, no. There really is no loot. But you will find the Mordor slave room, which you can hire, well, buy slaves, I suppose. Which these orcs obviously are quite fine with that. And, of course, the last structure for Mordor isn't a warg pit. I mean, this isn't a warg pit. But it is, in fact, a spider pit. Now, the spiders, these spiders here, they are Mordor spiders, as you can obviously tell by the Eye of Sauron on their backs there. And these guys, they can be ridden, but you do need Mordor alignment to ride them. Actually, it's not 50, but it is 100 to ride them. And, of course, a nice saddle that you can grab, and you can ride them, and that'd be very nice. Now, these guys, they only spawn in Null or Dirt. I believe I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, but they are found and spawn in the southwest region of Mordor, near where Shelob's lair is, because these are like their spawn, or her spawn. So anyway, guys, that's the Mordor faction. Oh yes, I was going to quickly see if that trader actually does trade just normal items, or if he, where did he go? I don't even know. Oh, he's in his tent. Whether he trades normal items, like Mordor items, or if in fact he trades in soldiers. Because usually you can find like an orc captain or something in these camps, and you can buy soldiers, like the Gundabad orcs, and also Isengard too. So I'm going to be right back and see if they do in fact trade, or I guess you can hire units from him. Alright, so his name pretty much is what he is. He is a trader. He doesn't, you can't hire troops from him, but you can get some pretty rare stuff. And if you do trade with him, I saw that there's an achievement called Black Market Dealing that you'll get from trading with that guy. So anyway, guys, that is the Mordor faction. A very, I guess you call it a pretty basic faction, but all the evil factions really have the same, tents and pits and camps, although Mordor does have the added tower, which is very nice to find. And actually, I've been to Mordor a few times in the mod, and these spawn quite easily. I mean, they're dotted everywhere. It's quite nice to find them, as well as the camps, obviously, and all the tents and whatnot. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Structure Showcase series. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and God bless, and I'll see you guys next time.